For those who attained the stage of the interview of Chevening, congratulations, you deserve it. And for those who didn't get to the interview stage, please do not let down, do not abandon. You can get it. Try again. There are people who tried every year 10 years before getting the scholarship, so you don't have to let down just in your first attempt. So keep pushing, keep doing, keep trying. One day you will succeed and you will reward yourself for not giving up.
There is a link in this video description. By clicking on that link, you will get our Notion template for your Chevening interviews. So you can ace your Chevening interview with our Notion template that will clearly help you to kill all the blind spots that you will have before your interview. This template is totally free. You just have to click on the description link in order to get it. So you just have to install the Notion application, the Notion app. In order to duplicate this template, you just have to click here on the two squares, to click on the button duplicate, and then when you click on the duplicate button, you will just get the Notion template right away in your Notion account. Here you just duplicated the template in your Notion account. You just have to you will use it. You have tasks that will help you to secure your interview phase, to ace your interview. We also have a WhatsApp group that you can join by clicking here in order to have more in-depth answers to your question, and maybe you will want to test an interview, to have an interview mock with our team. We will do it for free. Just text us and we will help you as you want. So that's all for that free gift from us to you. And then let's start the video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this channel. Welcome to KPB Education, the channel that provides you everything you need on education abroad and in your country if needed. So today we're going to talk about how to ace your Chevening interview with Fatima, who is actually a Chevening scholar, who is actually studying in the UK, in London, in the London School of Economics and Political Science. So we're gonna give her access to our platform to give you advices that will serve you in your Chevening interview. So let's go. Hello, Fatima. How are you?
Hi, Aminu. I'm great. Thank you. And you?
I'm fine too. So we're gonna start with an introduction. Can you present yourself? Can you introduce yourself?
Of course. So, hi, everyone. My name is Fatimata Jibrine, and I'm from Niger, and I'm specifically from the Tessawa region and the Agadez region.
Super. So thank you for this brief introduction. I hope that you can tell us more about your academics from the high school to Chevening Scholar to London School of Economics a little bit.
Of course, yes. Thank you for this. So I've done my primary, secondary education in Niger, precisely in Niamey. And I'm going to just focus mostly on the things that got me into Chevening as well. And then I did my tertiary education at the American University of Paris, so in Paris. And I also did that on a scholarship. I got my bachelor's in international and comparative politics, international law, and international business administration. So I think the things that got me into Chevening, I would say, is in Niger, I did a lot of volunteering. When it came to, I was very fluent in English, so I spent a lot of my time outside of school teaching English to mostly girls at boarding schools. So that was very impactful. And then I continued that same passion into my tertiary education at AUP, where I did a lot of club work and association work, where I founded 2 organizations, one that specifically worked on this going away from media sensationalization, it's a long word, and providing information on human rights abuses in the global south. And the other was more of like a safe space for Afro-descendant students. And I was also student ambassador and mentor to a lot of students at the AUP.
Whoa, you have done a lot of things, but I guess people that are watching this video, who's invited to the interview, has done a lot of too. I think that yeah, leadership is like the the base, like it's the base criteria that Chevening is looking for. So yeah, you have done a lot of good things, and I wish you well on your journey. I know that you're a genius. Just to tell our audience, Fatima used to send me her essays 2 years ago, and for the
Yeah.
like, I'm telling the truth. Since then, nobody sent me essays as good as theirs. So
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. You're welcome. So we're gonna go to the Chevening. How did you apply it? Like, did you use some techniques, some tips when you were applying to the Chevening Scholar that like leads you to the interview?
Yes, so I think the first thing I did was mostly do an introspection of my life and pinpoint every activity that I did. There's no small activity. I think that that's something that came out probably in your other videos when it came to application in itself. It's just in the way you package it, right? So I tried to pull out every single activity I've done, every single work I've done, and see what fits with Chevening and what doesn't fit with Chevening. And then I did that basically on two criteria. The first thing is just portraying leadership in itself, right? So portraying your influence and your impact. And then the second is portraying your love for your country, because you obviously, after the Chevening scholarship, you go back for 2 years minimum. So just portraying that love for your country and the impact that you wish to then transfer back there.
Great. Like it's all about the impact, the impact that you want to bring in your home country. So,
Exactly.
ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing Fatima's advice when you will be like, if you didn't apply or didn't get to the interview this year, you can apply next year, no problem. You know, you have just don't say that it's not for you because you didn't get to the interview. Just repeat until you got it. So yeah, so it's all about impact. Put everything that you have done and ask yourself, did it have that impact that is needed to get me to the like interview of the Chevening process, application process. So like we're gonna deep dive on the interview section because this video is all about how to ace your Chevening interview. First of all, when you got the notification for the Chevening interview, how did you feel?
So to be frank, first of all, congratulations to everybody who's gotten a notification. It's huge. It's such a prestigious scholarship. There's so many leaders that I'm meeting in London and outside of London that are Cheveners, and I'm like, wow, like it's so crazy, like little old me. So when I received it, I was honestly mind blown, and I probably read it 20, 30, 40 times. You know, I'd go to bed, wake up, read the notification again, like, what? Me? So yeah, mind blown and grateful.
That's great. That's great. So, how did you prepare for that interview?
So once again, it went back to that introspection again, right? So I was like, how is it that I'm going to be able to concretely convey my message and my story and who I am and what I want to do? I will say that I looked at a few interviews as well, instructors, but I didn't go too much into it because I was scared to then start taking in everything that was said to me and then just, you know, blurting that out at the interview, because I felt that that would take away from my authenticity and my originality. And I wanted to still keep that personality in itself. So I just sort of watched a few interviews just to understand the brief structure. And then I mostly focused on my essay that I wrote that got me to this interview, to understand what is the structure that I use? What is it that I was trying to convey? And what else can I add, or what else can I develop that I didn't develop as much at this interview?
Super. That's like a great answer, and I hope that people that are watching us, like, they are taking notes for those who will be at the interview, because like that's gold mine advices. So the question I'm gonna ask you is, like, do you have some tips for those people that are watching us that will like they will take their interview next week and all that stuff? Do you have some tips that they can take in order to maximize like the impact, like the looking that they will have in the interview phase?
So I want to say to keep in mind, first of all, that these interviewers are listening to probably 100 people, right? So I think it's strategically what is best for you is to know how is it that you're going to deliver to be able to make a difference, right? So first of all, I think you need to first embody the idea that you are that leader. You need to be passionate about your own self, and you need to understand that chevening is not based on necessity. It's not based on, your background or anything else. It's really based on two things: leadership and leadership impact and your country. So it's very much embodying that and coming in and portraying that fully. I think in terms of tips that I would say is honestly take time to really read that essay, take time to have an introspection of yourself, and then come in and embody that confidence and show them that you're here because you are a leader and that they can partake in your journey of being a leader. I went to the point of telling them, I'm kind of ashamed now, but I told them with or without chevening, I'm going to make it. So I think it would be beneficial
Yeah,
to
yeah,
join,
yeah,
you know. So it's having that mindset, I think,
yeah,
that
yeah.
best.
Yeah, I think that like it's it is what people has to have in mind. Chevening will be could be a catalyzer for their projects, but if like I don't hope I'm not wishing you that, but if you didn't get Chevening, like you have to keep in mind that you have your project, you still have your projects. Like how are you going to do that? you know there is like the old saying, have a plan B and C and D, but just have a plan A, that is Chevening, and yeah, perhaps have a plan B for your projects. But keep in mind that you will get to the interview. To get it, you have to have the Stockdale paradox to keep an unwavering faith that you will prevent till the end, but have like your foot under the ground. It can. I'm not gonna talk about that. So we are here and we are helping you to get to the interview and get that scholarship. Next question. We're gonna talk about like you just give them a lot of tips there, but you didn't give them your special tip about knowing people before entering
Yes, indeed. I
this
did forget
guide.
that. That's true. So, something I did because I refuse to walk into a room that I don't know. I like to be knowledgeable about who I'm going to meet, what is it that I'm going to see, and how is it that I can, position myself with in any way I enter. And I think that's also a tip that you should take throughout life, wherever you're about to go, do research on it, right? So I think what really helped me was to research what was the UK, what was the UK's mandate in my country, where was the embassy, who were the people that were working there, who was the chevening officer, who were previous chevening scholars also. And so that allowed me to basically walk into the room and know who I was going to meet. I mean, I knew these people and I knew their backgrounds and their journeys even before I walked into the room. And so when they sort of presented themselves to me, I didn't say, "Oh, I know you," but I had that confidence, right? And I wasn't afraid to walk into a room because I knew what I was going to expect. And it made conversation flow much better because not only did I remember their names, but I was able to even use specific things I've done in my life that I know that they've done as well. And there are that common points. And then they would also respond to me like, "Oh, I did that as well." Or, "Oh, that's really interesting. I like that." So sort of appealing to the audience that is in front of me. And that really helped me, especially diffuse the stress.
Yeah, great. So like you said, it's very important to know, to remember people's name. There is that old book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, the golden rule: know the people names. And so yeah, if you know the people's name, like, you will have a little bit, like, it create a relationship, an invisible relationship with those people. So knowing people names, because before entering the room, is really crucial if you want to maximize your impact. And I think that we are here for that. So thank you for your tips. And I'm gonna ask you a question that I think you weren't prepared for. That question is, what is true about the interview that most people don't talk about?
Wow. Okay, what is true about the interview? So I think, well, you took me you took me back. I think definitely is the fact that technically you're already qualified to be a Chevening Scholar, right? Because you got to the interview. They just want to see your face and they want to see that you can be an ambassador abroad for them, right? So if you walk into the room and I won't, it's okay to stutter because you're nervous, but if you walk into the room and you don't remember what you said on your interview, you walk into the room and you don't have a certain charisma, you walk into the room and your face is like this, and you're not smiling, you're not
Yeah.
chatting, you're not
Hmm.
creating a certain level of I want to know more about this person, and it seems like you're not ready to lead, then they won't pick you. It's about validating what you wrote, because technically everybody at that interview is already a Chevening Scholar. They just want to put a face to those words and see if they can send you abroad and you're actually going to bring something back where tomorrow they can say, yeah, we helped that person be where they are today, you know?
Yeah,
So I
I
think
think, woo, that, like, the answer, like, if every person that is conveyed to the interview can listen to that answer, I think that perhaps, like, Chevening this year will have 2,000 people. Because, like, people will have, there is a saying, I don't remember who said that, but I think when in a room everybody, like, is pushing to its limits, at some point, like, the people who will be deciding who to send would say, hey, we have to send them all. like
okay.
yeah, you have to know that you are a potential Chevening because you are taken to the interview.
Yeah.
So you have to enter the room knowing that you can do that, and you have to have confidence, self-confidence. So I think, yeah, that's definitely a great answer that you just gave us. I think we will end the live here, this video. I think that people will get, like, a real value, but by watching this video, so they will go at the interview with some aspects, some tips that can help us secure that scholarship. Thank you, Fatima, for being there, to give those advices to our audience and abroad. And, like, yeah, so thank you a lot. And perhaps we'll see you next about, I don't know, we will talk more deeply. We'll deep dive about LSC and your projects. And yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. See you.
Thank you. I mean, I'll see you.